sex. Bet that caught your attention, huh? Well, sex is a very important part of people's lives. They are either trying to get it, just got done getting it, or about to get it soon. But this is a serious situation. So, I need to remove these glasses. But you should have those, huh? This is a serious situation. So many people are out there having sex and they're very uneducated about it. This is one topic I feel very strongly about. 1 in 5 people in the United States has an STD, and more than half of all Americans will become infected with a sexually transmitted disease or sexually transmitted infection sometime in their lifetime. Schools nowadays, a lot of them don't even have sex education. And when they do, they promote 100% abstinence. They're like, the only way to never get pregnant, like to not get pregnant and to never get an STD is abstinence, to abstain from having sex. But not everybody follows that. So, regardless of what you tell teenagers, they're going to go out and do the complete opposite, I'm not exactly saying that you need to be abstinent. Just like big shout out to you. That's great. If you want to be abstinent, that takes such willpower. You have to have like an amazing amount of willpower to be able to abstain from sex until you're married. That's just like the best thing. You're a really strong person, and good job on that. But not everybody's like that. I think that people abuse sex. People use it for the wrong reasons. People think that love equals sex. Sex doesn't equal love, and love doesn't equal sex. You're supposed to have sex with a person you love, but, just having sex with somebody doesn't guarantee that you love them. Why do you think people have sex with people they don't even meet? They don't even know. Like, oh, hi, how you doing? What's your name? Bob. Oh, my name's Sally. All right, let's have sex. All right. Oh, 10 minutes later. Oh, bye, Bob. Bye, Sally. I'm never going to see you again. Nope. It's just like that. Like, people abuse sex. Like, why do you think people don't have sex with people? Why do you think people have sex with people they don't care about? Like, they don't care about them, period. They don't know them. They don't know anything. And the sad thing is, many people have an STD and they don't know it. Now, here's the thing. You can't tell if somebody has an STD. Most of the time, most STDs don't have physical symptoms. And, sometimes they do, but people really dismiss it, and people really don't care, or either they're misinformed or uneducated about, STDs and stuff like that. I just think that people need to care more about their bodies. If you're going out and you're having sex with 20 different people, you don't care about yourself. You don't care about your body. You don't care what type of, viruses and STDs and everything you're putting your body at risk for. You don't care. You obviously don't care about the people you're putting at risk either. The safest way to prevent against an STD would be to not have sex, period. But people are never going to stop having sex. Sex is a need, but you don't have to abuse it. So my advice is to use a condom. Condoms are cheap. Condoms are affordable. Rich people shouldn't be the only ones that can afford condoms. They're not the only ones that can afford condoms. Anybody can buy a freaking condom. Come on now, it's a condom. Would you rather spend like $2 on a pack of condoms, $2, $3, $4, $5 on a pack of condoms, or spend the rest of your life having a disease, feeling ashamed and dirty that you have it? Just go to the freaking store and buy a condom. It's not that hard. I just think people are really dumb nowadays, and I just think people are so freaking misinformed, and they don't care, and they don't respect themselves, and they don't respect each other. I'm not trying to bash you or anything. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to prevent people from getting STDs. If you just met somebody and you don't know anything about them, you don't know a single thing, you don't even know their middle name, you don't know their last name, you don't even know how old they are, and you sleep with them without a condom, there is a chance you could get an STD or get them pregnant. Because, you know, like, pulling out doesn't work. Whoever thought pulling out works? It might work in some cases, but most cases it doesn't. Alright, no condom, most of the time guarantees pregnancy, and most of the time, if the person has an STD, could guarantee receiving that STD. Not all the time, but most of the time. And I just want people out there to be informed, because like I said, 1 in 5 people in the United States have an STD, and most of them don't know it. So it's best, if you have a huge amount of sexual partners and you sleep with them without a condom, it's best to go get tested. I know sometimes testing can be expensive. I think at Planned Parenthood they have, you know, tests for $30 to $50 per test. I think that's ridiculous. But some places like your local health clinic will give you free STD tests, and if you go to the doctor, you can request one. I think if you get a physical, you can get one. I just want people to be safe, you know. You shouldn't have to live the rest of your life having a disease that can be 100% preventable. I think this turned out to be a PSA, you know, like in a little announcement, but I'm just trying to inform people. I'm trying to save as many people as possible from getting an STD, because trust me, it would not be fun to have an STD. You would feel so horrible. And like I said, you can't tell by looking at somebody whether they have an STD or not. It's like, oh, that person has AIDS. You can tell by their face. Look at their nose. It's not like, oh, that person has gonorrhea. You can tell. Look at their eyes. It's not like it's on their face or anything. You know, some STDs, possibly most STDs, don't have physical symptoms or don't have physical symptoms for a period of time. You know, things like herpes, that would be easy to tell. You know, but you just really need to be careful out there. I know people glorify sleeping with as many people as possible. Sleeping with numerous amounts of people does not make you a good person. It doesn't add to your personality. If I knew somebody that slept with like 20 different women, if I knew a dude that slept with like 20 different women, I wouldn't be more attracted to him because of that. I wouldn't say, you know, he's a good person, and I want to get to know him because he slept with 20 different women. I would say, that's nasty. What the hell do you have? How many freaking kids do you have that you don't know about? Like, how many STDs do you have? That's, like, gross. Like, definitely just be smart. Seriously, it takes 2 people to have sex, so you both should be responsible. If you don't have a condom, the girl should have a condom. You should carry a condom with you at all times. Just be safe. Think about yourself. Think about how freaking valuable you are. You could be an asset to this world. You could, you know, be a person that comes up with the cure for, you know, a disease. Like, you could just be a very, like, valuable asset to this world. Like, just value your life. Like, that's all I'm saying. Just value your life. I'm just sure, like, you're just a good person and you're just given some temptation, you know. I mean, media does glorify having sex with people, like multiple people, like, you know, shows on TV, music, you know, if you don't got bitches or whatever, you know, you're not cool. Like, if you haven't slept with like 40 different women, you're not cool. You know what that makes you? That makes you disgusting. And I would never touch somebody with a 1,000,000-foot pole if they slept with 40 women. That's just nasty. Same goes for women. I don't care if it's a double standard. I know boys are, you know, get patted on the back whenever they sleep with, like, all these girls or whatever, and whenever a girl sleeps with, like, 3 guys, oh, she's a slut, she's a slut. I don't think girls that sleep with 3 men are a slut. I think you should try and keep your numbers as low as possible, but I don't think you're a slut. I think a slut is someone who sleeps with, like, 10 different women, like these girls on Maury, you know, got tested like 15 different dudes to find out who's the father of their kids. That's a slut. I think it's perfectly fine. If you're in a committed relationship, you love somebody, and you're having sex with them, there's nothing wrong with sex. Just be safe. If you're, you know, not in a committed relationship and you still watch this video and you still want to go out and fuck hundreds of different people, you know, 10, 20, well, excuse me, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 different people, use protection. Keep a condom. And if you don't keep a condom, the girl should keep a condom. Because, really, STDs don't care who you are. They don't care how much money you got, how fly you are, what you look like. They don't care what type of plans you got for your future. You're not invincible, and you can catch an STD. All I'm saying is be safe, use a condom. That's it. If you want to be abstinent, good for you. That's amazing. Great, go for it. But if you're not, just please use a condom. They're not expensive. They're very cheap and affordable. And they were made for a reason. And they're there, so utilize them properly. Alright, thanks. Have a good and safe Halloween.